Today, I wanted to talk about how your 9 to 5 is killing your love life. Okay, so I wanted to address this because I work with a lot of clients in the corporate space, and there's this pattern of putting your professional ambitions, your professional responsibilities ahead of your dating life to the point where you use it as an excuse, or you explain that the reason that you're not going on dates, the reason you're not meeting men, is because you're always at work, you're always doing a project one way or the other, you're completely, your business and or your, professional responsibilities are taking over your schedule. The problem with that is it is suffocating your love life. It's making it difficult for you to meet quality men. It's making you settle in spaces and in places with people that you would not necessarily find attractive, even on a platonic level. Let's not even get into intimate connections. And you're using your 9 to 5 as the excuse for that. Okay, so your 9 to 5 is literally killing your love life. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tolu. I'm a Christian dating coach. I help women of faith attract their husbands by showing them how to date to marry. I'm currently accepting clients, guys. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one to start attracting your spouse, you want to get clarity around how you can also attract your husband, just like my clients have done, then apply via the link in bio to work with me. Or send me a DM if for whatever reason you can't find the link. Just send me a DM and I'll share it with you. Applications will close in less than a month. So if you're interested in working with me, definitely make sure you apply. So we're going to be talking about how your 9 to 5 is killing your love life. And I highlighted some of the things I wanted to share. Because you are placing yourself on this, what I say, professional treadmill, okay? Professional race course, where you're trying to, you're ambitious, you're trying to hit certain goals before a particular age, and so on and so forth. Your dating life is being relegated to the back end. And somehow you expect that the man will just come along because everything else came along for you. The financial security came along, the professional advancement came along. So somehow you expect that will translate into marriage just happening. It doesn't work that way, okay? It doesn't. Any relationship you've been in didn't just come along. You met that person somewhere, whether it was at an event, maybe it was through a friend, maybe it was online, maybe you guys were friends first. There's always a need for contact to happen first. If you're not creating room for contact, there is no space for connection to occur. And that is why you are dating men that you cannot have long-lasting connections with. You're entering relationships that are dead on arrival. You're going on dates with men that you know are not in a position to provide you with even the smallest amount of security. Let's not even talk about the kind of security you desire from a partner. Even the smallest amount of security, and what I mean is things like just texting back, just keeping an appointment in terms of, okay, we're going somewhere on so and so date. They can't even keep that promise. And those are the kinds of men you're attracting. And it's because you're not making room for dating to be a priority. And don't get me wrong, when I say making room for dating to be a priority, when something is a priority, it doesn't mean it has to take up all your time, but it does take up some time. But the problem is, it is not taking up any time with you, okay? You're not making it a priority, you're not making it a desire. It is a nice to have as opposed to being a need to have. And the problem with something being a nice to have means that it is always going to exist in the realm of fantasy, right? Oh, it'll be nice to travel. I bet if you've ever said that, you haven't gone to that location or you've not even traveled at all. Or it'll be nice to, it'll be nice to try on this dress. It'll be nice to go to that restaurant. Whenever it's a nice to have, it just doesn't happen. So if dating keeps being a nice to have for you, as opposed to a need to have, in terms of you do desire to settle down, you do desire to start a family, you do desire to be with a partner that mirrors your long-term relationship goals, if that doesn't become a priority, then it's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. And this is also taking into account entering relationships that crash, literally before they take off. If you've been in that situation, it's also because dating is not a priority. And like I said, a priority just means that it takes up some time. It doesn't have to take up all your time. My clients go through the Dating to Marry program, literally do not change their schedule whatsoever. I have clients that are in the program that are literally traveling in different time zones while having our sessions. Does not affect their regular routine, but it is a priority, right? It is a priority for them to implement. It's a priority for them to participate in the program so that they can change their dating process, and that's how they get results. They didn't need to scatter their schedules. They just needed to add it to their schedule. And that's what dating should be for you. It should be a part of your schedule. It should be a part of your routine. You know, it's not an either or situation. You can be a 9-to-5 queen. You can be a professional, ambitious person. You can be hitting all your goals and still be having an amazing dating life. It's not an either or situation. That project that you keep using as an excuse to take your time, you would still get it done. Okay? That promotion that you are working towards does not need to be the reason why you are unavailable to go on dates. Does not need to be the reason why you are not in a position to have quality connections with men. Okay? Another thing is, when you make your 9-to-5 kind of control your life, some of you, you may be business owners. So when I say 9-to-5, do not take it to mean just working in an office. You may be working remotely. You may have your own business. Whatever is playing a 9-to-5 role in your life professionally is what I'm referring to. When you make it kind of all encompassing and controlling your routine and everything else going on, you're going to expect men to come to you like job opportunities. You start expecting men to come to you like job opportunities, which is so funny. And let's break down this thought, because I really want you to get what I'm saying. The same way that you make sure that you show up for opportunities to network, you show up for professional opportunities to advance, the same way you volunteer for projects, you make time out to connect with your supervisors and so on and so forth. You're now because you're doing that for a reason. Okay, you're doing that for opportunities, for advancement, for connection. You're creating the space for that to come to you. But somehow you assume, because that is how you've approached your work life, that work is also going to translate into how men are going to approach you. And that's not how that works. Okay, just because you're showing up professionally, doing all the things, does not translate into men approaching you just like job opportunities come your way. It doesn't work like that. Which is why when you find yourself in this space where you're making moves in your career, you are creating opportunities for yourself to advance. You're constantly in a position where you're being volunteered or recommended for particularly amazing, opportunities. You assume that that's going to translate into men just coming your way. It doesn't work like that. You need to equally create opportunities for quality men to come into contact with you. You need to equally create the space to attract those kinds of men into your life. You need to equally make yourself available for those connections. Because if you don't, you're going to be attracting the bottom of the barrel, which is exactly what you're experiencing, which is why you start thinking, how can a woman like myself that is well educated, intelligent, well exposed, attract a man that is not willing to commit, barely has anything to offer, is so self-confident in himself to the point where he is emotionally abusive, cannot stand up, cannot literally be on the same scale as me in any capacity. How am I attracting those men? It is because of that. It is because you have not that same level of work that you've put into your career, that same level of work that you've put into investing in yourself to make sure that professional opportunities come your way, has not translated. You're not putting that work into dating. So of course you're going to attract bottom of the barrel connections, because that work. Imagine if you didn't do any of that with your career. Your career wouldn't be going well. You wouldn't have opportunities. You wouldn't necessarily be recommended. You wouldn't volunteer for, opportunities that are coming your way, because you wouldn't have made yourself available for that. So I don't know why you assume that because you've made all these accomplishments professionally, it should translate into the way you date and the quality of men that are attracted to you. It does not. And I'm going to give you another example. Another reason your thought pattern is working this way is because all those career advancements have created opportunities for you financially. They've created opportunities for you in relationships, platonic and professional. They've created opportunities for you in investing in yourself. So because it's translated into other areas of your life, you somehow assume it's also going to translate into intimate connections. And it does not, right? Because intimate connections require a different type of investment in self. They require a different type of approach, a different type of implementation for you to get the quality result that you desire and the quality of men you attract. And that's why in Dating to Marry, I literally put clients through a process of clarifying their dating habits, because you should have habits when you are dating. A habit is a routine. So if you don't have dating habits, it means that you're not dating consistently enough to create a routine with dating. And that is actually what needs to be happening. So literally when clients come into the Dating to Marry program, we create a routine for them to make it easy for them to ease into the dating process without changing their schedule, okay? Without changing their schedule, without upending whatever it is that they have going on professionally. Your dating habits should fit into your dating routine. It shouldn't contradict, it shouldn't conflict, it shouldn't be difficult. A lot of you assume dating is difficult. It isn't. It is actually very simple. Literally very simple. That's why, clients come into our program and making quality connections with men in 30 days. It is that simple. You are part of the process of choosing a partner. But before we even get to the point of choosing a partner, you need to come into contact with enough men to have quality connections with, right? That doesn't just drop on your lap. If this is resonating with you and whatever I've said so far that you feel like is really sitting with you, just drop it in the comments. Your share may help someone else. So you expect men to come to you like job opportunities. They don't. They cannot. They will not. Right? Any man. And the funny thing with that is the men that do start coming to you as a result of all this work you've done professionally are men you are trying not to attract. Men that are actually seeking job opportunities, to use that analogy. That means men that do not have anything to offer, are not necessarily in a position to even connect with you in a quality way, just want to have sex, just want to take advantage of you financially, are very emotionally manipulative. Those are the kinds of men you attract when you expect men to come to you like job opportunities, because those are the kind of men that respond to that kind of positioning. Okay, and when I say positioning, I literally just mean how you are showing up in the dating space, right? That's what I mean. That's literally just it. But I call it positioning because it's very important to know how you are showing up in the dating space. It's kind of like how stores choose their locations. You don't see a Chanel store in the ghetto, right? Just going to say it. You don't see a Chanel store in the ghetto. So it's the same way they choose their position for a particular purpose because they're targeting a particular clientele. It's the same way, the way you are positioning yourself in the dating scene, you should be conscious of that so that you are positioning yourself in a way you can attract quality men. Right now, your positioning is off. That's why you're attracting men that are just, that don't even want to pay for dates. They don't want to call it dates. They don't want to take you out. They don't want to commit. You're the one financially funding the relationship. They're putting you in a cycle of situationships over and over again. Some of you are even having men that you are cheating with. Either they're married or they're in a long-term relationship and you are basically the side chick and you're waiting for them to leave that partner. Some of you are in situations where you're talking to men that keep promising that they are going to commit, even though you know that, and are cheating, but you have no proof, but okay? It's because why you're experiencing all this on a kind of cyclical basis, like again and again and again, is because you haven't created a dating routine that attracts the quality kind of man that you desire, right? It's kind of like expecting to be fit, expecting to be able to, to be able to carry out any exercise without ever having exercised in your life. It doesn't work like that. There needs to be a routine. There needs to be some sort of investment in that area for you to get that quality kind of result. It's the same thing with dating, right? So your 9 to 5 is killing your love life in this sense because you somehow expect the work that you're doing in your 9 to 5 to translate into the kind of men you attract. Oh, I'm an accountant, so I should be attracting professional men. Oh, I'm well experienced and well traveled, so I should be attracting men that are well experienced and well traveled. But that's not what's happening. And it's because you haven't invested in the way you are dating to attract that kind of quality that you desire, right? Now, another point I want to make is showing up in the dating space, because your 9 to 5 is basically dominating the way you show up in the world. It's dominating in terms of the kind of relationships that you have in your life presently. A lot of them are professional connections. It is funding your lifestyle. It is providing you with a certain level of comfort. It is also making it possible for you to take care of your family. So your 9 to 5 is, or your business, whichever one, whatever represents, like I said, any professional endeavor in your life is what I mean, is creating opportunities in those areas. So you sort of expect it to do the same with dating, and it is not. And that's why a lot of professional women struggle to make quality connections with men that they can partner with for life, because the lifestyle that they've managed to create for themselves through their 9 to 5 or their professional endeavors has translated into so many different ways in other areas of their life. They sort of expect it to translate the same way in dating, and it doesn't work like that. Dating requires a different approach. It requires a direct approach. It requires a focused approach. And if you don't give it that focus, you don't give it that direction, you don't make it that kind of priority, you will attract nonsense, right? Because you are not making dating, you're not treating it like a priority. So it's going to give what you get. It's going to give you what you've put in. Point I'm trying to make is, because you're approaching this way, the dating, because you are leading with your professional identity, you're showing up in a dating space with masculine energy. And masculine energy, when I say masculine energy, I mean that energy of aggression, directness, that energy to be in control, that energy to dominate. It works well for you professionally. It has translated well for you professionally, and obviously it has created opportunities for your lifestyle, for your comfort, for your family, for your relationships, but it will work against you in dating, right? That's why you're attracting men that are not willing to lead, not willing to dominate, not willing to be direct. If anything, they are the opposites. They are indirect, they're very manipulative, they want to follow, they have no sense of self in terms of, okay, what they do desire in a relationship. Or even if they do, they don't want it from you, but they want you available to them. It's because you're leading with your masculine energy. A lot of you are so comfortable in being in your masculinity that you do not even recognize what your femininity looks like. And you struggle with that. And what happens as a result is you're going to be attracting men that are not available to lead, to protect, to preserve, to cover you. You're going to be attracting men that do the opposite. They don't lead. If anything, they scatter everything. They make you emotionally uncomfortable. They take advantage of you financially. And it's because you're showing up with your masculine energy. Because you've done so much work in that capacity, it makes it difficult for you to be able to understand what it looks like when you're attracting a man that is a quality connection and is intentional about making you a partner, right? That's what happens as a result, okay? I really just wanted to talk about this because it has shown up in dating in so many ways for professional women that it makes it difficult for you to be able to recognize what a quality man looks like. Makes it difficult for you to know exactly how to identify when a man's intentions are clear and confident and direct. And you start to even question your worth. You start to question your capacity in terms of, am I ever going to get married? Am I actually called to, be a partner? Is it ever going to happen to me? You can meet masculine men anywhere. My clients have met their spouses online. They've met them offline. They've met them at work. They've met them through a friend. They've met them randomly. There is no designated. It's like saying, where can I get oxygen? Oxygen is everywhere. I'm responding to the question where to meet these types of masculine men. They're everywhere. The problem is your mindset, right? It's not the men. It's your mindset. Your mindset right now is limited, is scarcity based. That's why you're asking me this question. And that's what needs to be addressed. Okay, you meet somebody. I'm seeing questions about how can I meet someone. Listen, guys, you can meet men anywhere. That's not the problem. The problem is the way you're dating. It's kind of like I said, it's like asking, how do I get food? Go to a grocery store, go to your friend's house, go to your kitchen. You can get food in lots of, go to your garden. Okay, go to a tree. You can get food in so many different ways, so many different spaces. So your 9 to 5 is getting in the way of your love life because you're making it dominate your love life. Your professional persona has taken over how you show up in intimate settings. It has taken over how you show up in desirable situations for men to find you attractive enough to commit, for men to find you attractive enough to even want to connect with you, for men to find you attractive enough to want to constantly be in contact with you. And I'm going to say this again, because you've relegated dating to the back end, you expect men to come to you like job opportunities, you are leading with your masculine energy, you are showing up in the dating space with a lack of identity in self as a woman, you are going to keep attracting men that respond to that kind of energy, which is men that are not ready to lead, men that are not ready to commit, men that are not in a position to provide you with the kind of connection you desire from a partner, even on a short-term scale. Let's even forget marriage. These men are not even in a position to provide you with the kind of commitment that you desire from a partner in a relationship that is just, boyfriend, girlfriend. They can't do it. And that's because of how you are showing up. And what we do in Dating to Marry is we work on how you show up in the dating space. Because, guys, I've been doing this for close to 10 years. I've seen this again and again. Once you shift your positioning, it changes the quality of connections that you attract. It changes the quality of men that come into your space. And it changes the kind of man that you connect with. Okay? You start attracting men that are quality, that do match your financial capacity and, do match and can't surpass your financial capacity, I should say, that are in a position to provide you with the security that you desire, that are in a position to want to commit to you and want to pursue you intentionally to secure that commitment. That's what we put clients through in Dating to Marry. Once you go through the process of how my program is outlined, it becomes clear to you how to attract quality men. Okay, once clients go through the program, they have, different results. Clients have gone through the program from getting married after taking the program within a year to breaking a toxic relationship while they're taking the program, to seeing switches in the quality of men they attract within 3 weeks to 4 weeks of being in a Dating to Marry program. So if you want to work with me one-on-one to start getting results as you're dating and to start attracting men you can marry, just click the link in my bio to apply. I'm currently reviewing applications for one-on-one clients. So if you want to be, part of that process of transforming the way you're dating and start attracting men you can marry, click the link in my bio to apply for Dating to Marry, or send me a DM if for whatever reason you're having difficulties with the link. And yeah, if you want to do that, make sure you do it within the next, in fact, do it as soon as possible, because my applications will close for the year in less than 30 days. Okay, guys, make sure you like this, share with a sister friend, and don't forget to leave a comment on what exactly stood out to you. I'll talk to you soon.